Hey guys, now we have Avengers Age of Ultron in theaters, and Ant-Man is coming out in a couple more months. So now we have 11 movies in the MCU that has been released so far. So I finally decided to rank them from worst to best. And this is my list of the worst to best MCU Marvel films. So if yours is different from mine, then I understand that. It's everyone's opinion. But for me, though, the MCU, all the films, they're not bad. Seriously, even the worst film in the MCU, in my opinion, is really not that bad. And that's a very rare thing for a film series these days. Even for James Bond, there's a couple movies that are really atrocious and stuff. So, but for the MCU, I honestly don't think it's horrible. Seriously, all films are either averagely good to very, very good. So that's very good. So let's start off with what I think is the worst of the MCU. Thor. Alright, so Chris Hemsworth, great. I love Natalie Portman, she's fine. Stellan Skarsgård, great. Kat Dennings, I liked her more in Thor than I did in Thor 2: The Dark World. I think it's because she is likable. Her character is likable. Yes, she has some very stupid jokes, and I kind of wanted her to shut the hell up. And sometimes I actually wanted her to show more cleavage because Kat Dennings is really busty as hell. But at the same time, I like the fact that her character likes to dress up, you know, entirely clothed up and stuff like that. So she's not trying to be sexy. But Kat Dennings, I did like her character a bit, but she was kind of aggravating at times. But the whole story is very simple. It's a fish out of water story, and the whole setup with Thor and Loki, them being rivals, even though they're half-brothers, I like that. And the chemistry between Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston was great, and I love every scene these two are in. They're awesome. And, but, yeah, the theater, when I saw this movie in theaters, it was really kind of disappointing because Asgard looks so great, especially in 3D. But my God, everything else, I couldn't believe my eyes. Seriously, when Thor's in New Mexico, my friend was like, "Wait a second, dude, I don't see 3D in this," and I was like, "Really?" Then I did the same thing. I'm like, "Really? This part is non 3D at all? Only Asgard?" At least with Asgard, the 3D technology was really, really good. It looks beautiful. It looks fantastic. I actually want to visit Asgard. But no, New Mexico. I was like, really? This is such a ripoff. So I saw the movie in theaters, and I watched it again on DVD, and I don't know, to me, it was more of a theater experience. I don't want to watch it more than twice. I thought that was just it for me. And that's a thing, too, because Kenneth Branagh did a good job with the movie. Honestly, out of all directors, when I heard that Thor was going to be made into a movie, I thought it was going to be horrible because I did not like Thor. I didn't like him as a character. I never liked him in the comics. I just didn't think that when I heard that, of course, they're going to do the Avengers movie, I'm like, ah, shit, they have to bring Thor into this, right? I don't like him. Even in the animated movies, I don't like him. Seriously, he's supposed to be a badass, and I just don't like him. But Chris Hemsworth pulled it off. Kenneth Branagh did a good job, to be honest, seriously. But the whole New Mexico thing, how everything looks cheap and stuff like that, I have to say, well, part of me thinks, okay, that's good, I like that. You know, Asgard is extravagant, New Mexico is bleh, so it makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, I kind of wanted better fight scenes, better scenery and all that stuff, because the fight in New Mexico is kind of lackluster, and there's not really a final boss battle. It's just Thor punching Loki a few times and then just hold him down with his hammer. Speaking of which, that was funny. But yeah, Thor was, I thought Thor was average. It was decent, so I don't think it was really that bad. Alright, the next one up is Iron Man 2. Again, I know a lot of people think this is a very crappy sequel to Iron Man, and I understand, because Iron Man was a good movie. But to me, Iron Man 2 was fun, and there were elements that I do like about it. Like the demon in the bottle, I do like that Tony's been drinking so much because he knows there's a chance that he'll die, and he doesn't want to die. He has so much to accomplish in his life. But he's also trying to make things better. He wants to be with Pepper, but he keeps making these stupid mistakes because he keeps getting blind drunk, but that's also because he doesn't want to die. So he's making all these complications, and he's trying to face his demons. And I like that part. I think a lot of people are really angry about the villain in this, and the villain is Whiplash, played by Mickey Rourke. I honestly didn't really have that much of a problem with him. He's just barely in the movie. And probably for a lot of people's sakes, that's probably a good thing because they didn't like him that much. But to me, I felt like he's barely in the movie, and I don't know what to really think of him because he has this one intense, awesome scene, and that happened in the middle of the movie where he was facing Tony Stark with the two whips, and they were during this NASCAR-like event, or I forgot what it's called. It's not NASCAR. It's Forza, no, shoot, I should know this. But yeah, the racing circuit, and Tony Stark decided to race. Yeah, there was that awesome scene where he was fighting on Tony, and then Tony had his awesome suitcase, which turns into the Iron Man suit. Yes! I was so happy when they included that. That came from the TV show! I didn't read that much of the comics, so I'm not sure if that's also from the comics, but I think it's from the comics. But still, seeing that on the big screen, oh my god, my childhood's like, yes! Thank you! Thank you! I don't care if it's only used for 2 minutes! Thank you! Oh god, I was so happy when I saw that. But yeah, the weakest link is the villain, and even though they have this kind of cool fight at the end, seriously, that lasted for like, what, a minute? And it was barely a fight, seriously. Because Tony Stark and War Machine decided to do the Kamehameha laser thing on Whiplash, and that destroyed him, mostly. And then he does the suicide bomb sequence thing, and then, yeah, that's it. Seriously, the fight before they fought off Whiplash was much more intense when they were fighting off all the clones, the army drones and stuff. That was awesome, and the tag team between Iron Man and War Machine was great, and you want more of that. So you're thinking, okay, Whiplash is coming in, he has his own giant suit, so he's gonna take them both on, and he's whipping their asses, and then he gets defeated by the freaking lasers. Why do you open up your helmet, man? Seriously, that part made no sense to me. Why would you open up your helmet? And when they're shooting at each other with the lasers, don't you think that something is going to happen? Seriously, you should have prepared for this, or stop it. He had enough time. Seriously, Iron Man's talking to War Machine. Hey, hold up your head! And War Machine's like, are you sure you want to do this? And Whiplash is like, what are you two doing? Seriously, that's all you're thinking about? You don't think about just stopping them entirely? God, that kind of angered me because the fight could have kept going on. It could have been very badass. I mean, the fight between Warmonger versus Iron Man in the first Iron Man movie was much more intense. It seemed like they were on equal levels. But no, this Whiplash thing was done within a minute. And, wait, what's this? Sam Rockwell, yeah, he was great. I loved him. And I wanted to see more of him. And I was glad that he had a little cameo in the Mandarin skit for Iron Man 3. So that was pretty cool. But Iron Man 2, I thought was a fun time. I thought it had a lot of great moments in it, especially with the demon and bottle part. But the weak point is the villain. Thor, the Dark World. Again, another problem. The villain is weak. Seriously, Malekith, I think that's his name, and he's played by a very good actor too. He's weak. I didn't care about him. Seriously, when I saw a concept art of him, he looked very awesome. And when I realized, okay, he's a half black, half white kind of elf. He's a dark elf. I thought he would be badass, but no, not really. Sure, the final fight sequence was kind of fun because of the whole Portals thing, and that made me want to play Portals the game. But, yeah, as an actual fight, though, it's really not that intense. It was impressive because of the Portals thing, and it makes for great comedy. But if you want an intense, badass boss fight, not really, no. And Thor, all you have to do was just use the Spires thing to take him out. But I do like Thor 2 better than Thor because it's a great comedy. Seriously, the jokes are great. Not mentioning Kat Dennings. She was annoying as hell in this movie. I wanted her to shut the hell up. Seriously, my God. And when she talked to her so-called boyfriend, the one who keeps trying to hit on her and stuff like that, oh my God, that went on forever. I just wanted to end. I wanted more of Thor with Natalie Portman. I wanted more with Thor and Loki. But no, they has to keep cutting to Kat Dennings, and I'm like, stop it. Stop. She's horrible in this movie. Enough. Ugh. So, as a comedy, this movie's funny, and I love the Captain America cameo. Man, that was great. My God. And Loki was fantastic in this movie. Man. So, of course, I know he wasn't gonna die, but at the point where he got stabbed, I'm like, no! then in the back of my mind, it's like, idiot, it's Loki! You think he's gonna die? You think they're gonna kill him off? And I was like, oh yeah, right. It's Loki. But that whole ending, though, with Loki as Odin, great! I can't wait to see Ragnarok because of that. Man, that's gonna be awesome. Alright, so, The Incredible Hulk. I like this film! I really do! Even though my biggest complaint is the fact that the final fight was not as intense as I hoped for it to be because it took place in New York, but the Avengers addressed that problem for me. At first I was like, wait a second, the Hulk just destroyed a bit of Harlem and nothing else? Seriously, I played the Incredible Hulk games, I played Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, and you destroyed the shitload of this city? That was a freaking intense, awesome game? And they barely destroyed Harlem? What? You're in New York, man! Take advantage of that! But, the Avengers addressed that problem for me, so after watching The Incredible Hulk again, after watching The Avengers, I was like, you know what? This movie is so much better because I knew that they were gonna tear down New York City in The Avengers anyway, with the Hulk. So, yeah, The Incredible Hulk, though. I thought Edward Norton is fantastic in the role. I thought he was great. I love his version of The Incredible Hulk so much better than Ang Lee's Hulk, and I wanted more of Edward Norton. I understand why they had to go with Mark Ruffalo from that point on, but I really want to see more of Edward Norton. He's one of my favorite actors, and it's a shame that you don't see him with Captain America and Iron Man and all that. And it's just a shame. He was so good. I really liked him in Incredible Hulk. I love the transformation sequences with the first time I saw them, and that's why I want to use that trailer as my sound design project, because I love the transformation sequences. I love the sound design every time he has to break his bones in order to grow the bones and stuff like that. That was great. I love the sound design in that movie. And the Incredible Hulk, I like the look of him more in the Incredible Hulk than I do in the Avengers. In the Avengers, I do like the look and the finalized version of it, mostly because it resembles Mark Ruffalo, and also it's like a bit of Lou Ferrigno's Hulk in there, so yeah, as a result, it was great. But I kind of like the look of Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk a bit more, because, I don't know, to me, it's the shading of the green and the way his face looks, he looks more intimidating to me. But the other one, though, the Mark Ruffalo's Incredible Hulk, he was fun. He was a lot of fun, and I do understand that. His Hulk makes more sense for the Avengers. But to me, I prefer Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk because it's more darker, more intimidating, more serious. But that's only for me, though. But the Incredible Hulk, though, I thought, I don't know, some people really did not like the movie, and I kind of don't understand why. I thought it was great. It's basically a remake of Ang Lee's The Hulk, but it's done so much better. Edward Norton was great, and I understand about Liv Tyler as Betty Ross. She was a bit bland, but at the same time, her character has a lot more stuff to do in The Incredible Hulk than she did in Ang Lee's The Hulk. And General Ross was a lot more fun. I loved William Hurt as General Ross, which pains me because I wanted him back. Because that whole ending, mid-credit ending sequence with William Hurt as General Ross and Tony Stark as Iron Man, when I saw that in the theaters, I was like, holy shit, they are actually making the Avengers! And you would think, wait, didn't you notice that in the first Iron Man movie when Nick Fury was talking about the Avengers Initiative? I was like, at the time, yes, I was in disbelief, but when I saw The Incredible Hulk and Iron Man was in this movie, of course, shit is going down, man. So, yeah, I love The Incredible Hulk. Iron Man 3. I thought this is the best Christmas superhero movie of all time, but that's probably... Ooh, my cell phone. That's probably because it's... let's see. No. Batman! Batman Returns was another Christmas superhero movie. And I like Batman Returns, but I think Iron Man 3 was just a lot more fun. Here's the thing. Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin was great. He was. When I heard about the casting before the movie was released, I thought he would be amazing. And he was. And that scene when it was revealed that he's just an actor. Oh my god. So, I have a mixture of emotions because I grew up with the Iron Man TV series, the animated TV series. I didn't read the comics. I don't know much about Iron Man except for the TV series. And I like that TV series. So I really liked the Mandarin in that one. So when I heard Ben Kingsley is going to be like a realistic version of the Mandarin, and I was like, awesome! As long as it shows him with the 10 rings, and it does. And you're hoping that, okay, he'll be the big baddie and all that stuff, but my god, that twist. It was a mixture of emotions. That scene was fucking hilarious. It was really hilarious. Oh my god, Ben Kingsley was great. But it killed me. It made me angry. It made me cry. It made me sad. It made me happy. It made me laugh. So much emotion at the same time. And I don't know what to think of it. I was in the verge of tears from laughter and sadness and anger and being happy. And oh my god, I couldn't think. That scene just almost ruined me. I couldn't think after that. And I don't know if it's a great scene or one of the most worst scenes I've seen ever. Because, I don't know, I felt like I was lied to, but at the same time it was a great surprise. At the same time it was a terrible surprise. I don't know. Oh my god, that scene was wow. So, what did I think about Guy Pearce as the actual villain? He was fine. I like Guy Pearce. He was fine. But when he said he's the Mandarin the entire time, I'm like, no! Ben Kingsley should have been! Not you, Guy Pearce! You should have been just flamethrower breath guy! Speaking of which, why would you show that shot? Oh my god, you have this amazing ability to breathe fire, and you only use it once? And that was a great scene because War Machine's like, holy shit, you could do that? Wow, that's something awesome! And you don't use it? Why? That would have been helpful, you stupid fire-breathing dragon Guy Pearce! Ah! So yeah, that scene with the Mandarin killed me, and I don't know what to think of it! Even to this day, I don't know what to think of it! I like this movie! I like Iron Man 3! It was fun! I like the post-traumatic stress disorder from the events of the Avengers. I love the Christmas story joke! I love Tony! Tony was great! I love that he's making these stupid mistakes, but he's also learning from them. I love the fact that he's trying to have this actual relationship with Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts. I love the relationship he has with his bodyguard, played by Jon Favreau. And I like the fact that this is a Christmas movie. But my god, that scene kind of ruined me. Ugh. If I keep talking more about the scene, I'm not going to end this video. So let's stick with Iron Man. Okay, Iron Man. That's the thing. At the time when I saw Iron Man 3, I was like, you know, this could have been a lot better than the first Iron Man movie. Because of the villain. But because of the villain, that's why it's worse than the first Iron Man. Alright, so Iron Man, fun. At first, when I heard about the movie, I thought it was going to suck. Seriously, that's what I really thought. I thought it was going to suck. I didn't think Marvel could pull off Iron Man. Even though Robert Downey Jr. was perfectly casted, I was like, there's a huge chance this movie might suck. And I forgot exactly why I was disappointed in the superhero movies that time. Was it when X-Men 3 came out or something like that? I don't know. Some superhero movie came out and it disappointed me a lot. Or was it Spider-Man 3? I don't know. Either one of those. But still, when I heard Iron Man's coming out, I thought that, okay, they're trying to do a Marvel version of Batman Begins, and I don't think it's going to be good in the end. But Iron Man blew me away. Man, seriously, Iron Man was great. Robert Downey Jr., perfect. Gwyneth Paltrow, perfect. Jon Favreau as the bodyguard, perfect. Jeff Bridges as the, shoot, what's the villain name? Shane? Stade? Crap. The one who plays the Warmonger, Ironmonger. He was great. He was fantastic. Yeah, it was, he was great. I really like Jeff Bridges, but yeah, the ending, the final fight seems very, very rushed. It's like, okay, we have to make this movie into less than 2 hours, so that's why we're trying to rush the final third act. So yeah, I thought the third act was a bit rushed, but I do like the film overall. It's almost perfectly paced. It's just that the last third act really felt rushed. It kind of came out of nowhere. I think it's because Iron Man finally got his signature look around the 2/3 mark, and they're like, you know what, we gotta speed this up a bit. But yeah, Iron Man was fun. Captain America, the First Avenger. I love Red Skull. Hugo Weaving as Red Skull, great. I want him back. I really do. But There was an interview about him not really liking the role. Like, he felt like he was playing a stereotypical bad guy, and I understand that. He doesn't want to be typecasted into that thing, but at the same time, he did a good job. I thought he was great. I wanted more of a conflict between him and Captain America, because they only faced off twice in the whole movie. And the first face-off was not really much of a fight. They just deflect like 2 or 3 blows, and then Red Skull just kicked him very far away, and that was it. And then they have their fight scene again at near the end of the movie, but it was barely a fight scene. So you kind of wanted a more conflict between them. You wanted to show more facing off each other. But overall, as an origin story for Captain America, it was done very well. I thought Joe Dante, he was a director, right? He directed The Rocketeer as well. He was great. When I heard that it's going to be directed by him, I'm like, holy shit, this guy created The Rocketeer? He's going to be perfect for this, seriously. And he was. I thought he did a great job with the movie. And the Captain America, the first Avenger, really reminded me of Spider-Man, the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. So when it reminded me of Spider-Man so much, and I really like Captain America. I love the fact that he was a scrawny little kid, and then he bulks up, and he gets this great power comes with great responsibility kind of speech. So he knows what he has to do, but he becomes like a mascot for the war, but he doesn't want to just be a mascot. He wants to be an actual hero. He wants to save people. He wants to do all these things that normal people can't do because he finally has this gift. He wanted to show what he can do. I like that. That was great. It makes you root for the underdog. That's why I really like Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie. It makes you root for Peter Parker. You want him to succeed. You want him to get Mary Jane. You want him to get the girl. You want him to be the superhero that he wants to be and the whole world wants him to be. So I thought that was good. Alright, so Avengers Age of Ultron. Okay, so this movie, I don't know what's with the huge controversy recently over Joss Whedon and Twitter and all that stuff. Seriously, about the Black Widow thing, I don't get it. I mean, I thought Black Widow was very interesting in Avengers Age of Ultron. I thought they gave her more backstory, and I thought that was great. The part about her being infertile, that she can't have kids anymore, I thought that was okay, that was good. But at the same time, you can adopt Black Widow. Everyone went around this area. If you want a family, fucking adopt. You know, didn't you say you're an orphan or something like that? So I thought you would understand that. Just adopt. But I understand. The ability to not have kids, I get that. I understand. But at the same time, didn't Aunt May for Peter Parker, uncle and aunt, they can't have kids? So, yeah, they can relate, so that's why they got Peter Parker, and they think he's the best thing in their lives. So, yeah, Black Widow, why don't you think of that? Just adopt! Seriously. But still, though, the whole controversy about her origin and the backstory, they're like, oh, you didn't show that much, Joss Whedon. Why? Is it cut or something like that? Seriously, you did a terrible job of Black Widow. And I'm like, really? She was interesting. I don't get it. The whole infertile thing makes her even more interesting. But like I said, she can adopt. But also, seeing Julie Delpy in there and seeing the ballet thing and the orientation and her killing people and stuff, that was good. I like that. And that dream sequence was freaky as hell, so I don't know why people are complaining. Probably they're just bigger Black Widow fans than I am. But still, I like Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. I thought she was fine. But yeah, Age of Ultron was fun. And if you want to check out my review, you could check it down here. So yeah, I thought the movie was fun. Yeah, it had a lot of great jokes. It had good action. But I just don't think it's as good as the first Avengers movie, probably because it's a copycat of the first Avengers movie. And that's the thing. If you want more of the same thing, yeah, good for you. This movie is fun. And yeah, it's fun. And I love the fact that they put more emphasis in character backstory, character development. Hawkeye was done great justice, in my opinion. I understand if some people did not like that, like, oh, he has a family in, like, Kansas or something like that. I mean, seriously. And also all these red flags are waving around like, Hawkeye's gonna die! Hawkeye's gonna die! Oh, he has a family? Oh, he has kids? Oh, his wife is pregnant? Oh, she wants him to stop doing all this so he can fix a damn porch? Oh, Hawkeye's gonna die. But I was like, didn't anybody read the fact that Hawkeye was gonna be in Captain America Civil War? Of course he's not gonna die! If he does die, my God, Joss Whedon has humongous balls for doing that. But I knew he was gonna die. And the whole Quicksilver death, I already explained, it kind of felt unnecessary, and I don't know why they had to kill him off that way. Probably it's because of X-Men Days of Future Past, but I don't know. But yeah, the Avengers Age of Ultron was fun. But seriously though, to me, the biggest worst thing about it was that opening sequence right before they showed everyone on the same screen together. That CGI shot was terrible. Ugh. But everything else though was fine. I can't wait for the director's cut though, because I felt like a lot of shit was cut. It's probably 3 hours long, probably even more than that. So hopefully we get the Joss Whedon cut of the Avengers Age of Ultron. Guardians of the Galaxy. This was fun. It was great. It was fun. Ronan was the weakest part of this movie. And, oh, right, I forgot to mention that about Avengers Age of Ultron. Ultron was great. He was a great villain. He was fun. Probably better than Loki. I thought he was great. So, for Guardians of the Galaxy, Ronan! Lee Pace did a good job, but he was let down by the script! My god, Jimon Hansu! Great actor! Great character he plays! Also let down by the script! The girl from Doctor Who, Karen Gillan, she plays Nebula, let down by the script! And my god! I mean, seriously, you would think that, okay, why do you like Guardians of the Galaxy more than Avengers Age of Ultron, since Age of Ultron has a way better, interesting villain and a villain who's fun? But Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess I like the fact that it kind of reminds me of The Incredibles and X-Men Days of Future Past put together about these ragtime team of misfits, and they're trying to... And it also resembles Star Wars at the same time, so it's like a clusterfuck of all those, but it's an awesome clusterfuck, and it was freaking awesome. So I guess I really like that a lot more. Guardians of the Galaxy was so much fun. I love the jokes. I love the 80s music, the soundtrack. Oh my god, that was so good. Drax the Destroyer was funny. I Am Groot made me cry when I actually thought he was gonna die, even though I knew he was gonna die, but still, my god. Rocket Raccoon, he was great. Bradley Cooper was great. Zoe Saldana as Gamora, she was hot. And Chris Pratt was awesome as the leading man. So yeah, there was a lot to like about this movie. And I do like the Ravagers, led by The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. No, not Daryl Dixon. Michael Rooker. Oh, shoot, what's his character's name in The Walking Dead? But still, Michael Rooker. He was great, and I really liked him. And I don't know what to think of the Howard the Duck mid-credit sequence, because that just... that shocked me when I saw it in theaters. I was like, no, what is going on with this? But still, I do like what I like about this movie a lot more than Avengers Age of Ultron is because it deals with Thanos. It at least deals with Thanos. Age of Ultron is just about Ultron. This one actually deals with Thanos, and even though he doesn't really do anything, he just says like 10 lines max, but still, he was intimidating. His presence is known, so at least you know he's about to do something. So that's what I really like about it. But Ronan could have been a lot more fun, because to me, he was basically a stock villain, and that's the problem. Lee Pace did a great job. Ronan looks very intimidating, but at the same time, he could have been as funny as the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think there was no humor for the villains, and that was a big shame. That was definitely needed. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was fun. The Avengers. Great, fun movie. I thought it was... Yeah, even to this day, I think I made a comment a long time ago by saying, I'm not sure which is better, Captain America the First Avenger or The Avengers. But after watching both of them many, many times, I have to say that The Avengers is a more enjoyable time. The villain is Loki was great, and the action in New York City was fantastic. The dynamic between the team was great, and it felt refreshing at the time. And at first, you couldn't believe that they pulled it off, and they did. And still, I can't believe they pulled it off, and that they actually did. I thought The Avengers was still good. It's a lot of fun. But, to me, the best MCU movie so far is Captain America the Winter Soldier. And that's the thing, I was shocked that this movie was actually so much better than Captain America the First Avenger. When Captain America the First Avenger came out, I really loved the damn thing. But this one, this is basically like Spider-Man 2 for me. And it's just freaking fantastic. Oh my god. The evolution of Captain America was great. And I love the part where he meets up with Peggy Carter after so many years of not seeing her. And the fact that he loves this woman, but so many years passed by and he is extremely upset that he wasn't there for her. And he missed out on their date. And now she's old and she already has a family. She had a husband and now she has Alzheimer's. My god, that scene tore the heart out of me because you're like, oh my god, these two are so good together, but you want them to be good together. But I do like the inclusion of Agent 13, played by Emily Van Camp. I do like her. I wanted more of her in the movie, but at the same time, I do like her, and I wanted her and Captain America to be good together. I think she's supposed to be is it the great-granddaughter or the cousin or the niece of Peggy Carter? I totally forgot. It was in the actual comic book, The Winter Soldier. But yeah, I do like their chemistry, even though she's barely in the movie. But still, I wanted more of that. I wanted Captain America to actually have a life, you know, to actually settle down, to be like, okay, war's finally over. I have a girlfriend or a wife. I'm finally not a virgin. And that's the thing. I'm wondering if he's a virgin or not. But seriously, though, yeah, and also the Captain America Falcon thing, oh my god, the first scene when Captain America's running past Falcon and he's like, on your left, that was a great gag. I love it. And every time he keeps saying on your left, that was good. And I do like the team up between Falcon and Captain America, even though I was so devastated that Falcon lost his wings very, very quickly because of the Winter Soldier. Damn it! But I do like the fact that Falcon was at least fighting. He was contributing in the fight. He was fighting off Crossbones, Frank Grillo. Even though that fight scene went on for like 20 minutes. Seriously, when you see Captain America fighting off Winter Soldier, when Black Widow was talking down Robert Redford as the main bad guy. Seriously, after all that go on, and then it cuts back to Falcon versus Crossbones, you're like, what just happened? Seriously, it's still going? Huh. But Frank Grillo was great. I can't wait to see him back as Crossbones in Captain America Civil War. Frank Grillo's great. That's why I recommended Purge Anarchy, even though I had a lot of problems with the movie, but still, I recommend the movie just for Frank Grillo. And Anthony Mackie as Falcon was fantastic. I was so disappointed that he was only in it for like 2 or 3 minutes in the freaking Avengers Age of Ultron, and they did not use him at all. Ugh. But I do like Bucky Barnes as the Winter Soldier. He's great. He should have been in it a lot more, yes. And also, he was pretty much mute the entire time, but he was still intimidating, though. I do like the fact that Robert Redford is the main bad guy, but I was disappointed that they didn't show that part from the comic book where it turns out he was actually the Red Skull. So yeah, I was disappointed by that. I mean, seriously, that would have been awesome. Like, he gets away, and then he shows in the mirror that he's actually the Red Skull, and Hugo Weaving plays him again. Man, that's what I wanted. But still, Captain America was fun. It was a great action movie, great stunts. I don't know how much of it is physical, but it looks great. And a great climactic battle at the end. And to me, it felt like a lot like Spider-Man 2. I really love Captain America the Winter Soldier. So there you go. That's my ranking of all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies so far. It's Thor, Iron Man 2, then Thor the Dark World, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America the First Avenger, the Avengers Age of Ultron, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Avengers, and then Captain America the Winter Soldier. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, I'm pretty sure this is a very long review because I ranked every single movie. So, yep, thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, there's an annotation here for subscribing. So until next time guys, see you later and thank you for watching.